Game Demo!
Hey everybody, it's Ricardo, and I'm here with Aaron Weber, Community Manager from Sega, and while Yakuza just came out recently, Aaron wanted to show us some later content and also clue us into something very special Sega's doing. But first things first, you've apparently just tased this dude on the street.
Yes.
So tell us where we are. Just for the folks at home, what is Yakuza 4 and why are you beating people up on the street?
So Yakuza 4 is a sort of in-depth look at Tokyo, and it's a fictional city based on an actual real part of Tokyo called Kabukicho. And sort of a side note, but I was actually there about a week and a half ago.
We can talk about that.
We'll get to that later. But so the game itself is really it's sort of an RPG meets brawler meets almost Shenmue in many ways, that you're kind of free to just go around and explore and have fun. So what we're doing right now is we're exploring through part of the city here, and we just got in a fight. We just tased that guy with his own taser, which is kind of awesome. Now this guy looks like he wants to fight, so he's going to get up personal with us. There's a lot of brawls in the game. There's a lot of combat to it, but it's certainly not just about fighting. And I know the demo, a lot of people thought, well, is this game just fighting? I don't know, but there's really a lot to it. And Yakuza as a series has always been a really, really interesting mix of combat meets RPG meets the level up system meets a lot of side quests and mini games and funny stuff like that. Hostess clubs were a really big thing this time around. People were stoked to hear that they were here in full in Yakuza 4. We're pretty proud of that. So
now, as far as the whole RPG aspect goes, Yakuza is also very unique because in some ways it's got kind of a multiple storytelling angle, right? Because this game, you're not just this very nicely dressed dude in the burgundy jacket the whole time, are you?
Correct. Like this guy is Akiyama. We're actually at the very end of Akiyama's story here. We're just about to finish up with him, but you actually play as 4 different characters. And Akiyama, as you'll notice as we're fighting here, uses his feet in combat almost exclusively. The next character we'll play as, who is Taiga, actually, he's pure muscle, pure brawn, and he can pick stuff up that Akiyama couldn't pick up. Like he can bench press motorcycles and swing those around as a weapon. And then like the next guy is a cop, and he's very much a grappler, and then you get to Kazuma Kiryu. So all the characters are very, very different in terms of fighting style, and it keeps it very fresh and unique, not just in gameplay, but also in storyline as you're going through the game.
All right, now, you know, you were in Japan a little while ago, and were you in this rough area, or?
We did go through the area. Okay. I will say that Kabukicho, as a white guy going through Kabukicho, you get targeted quite a bit because you stand out as a foreigner, as a tourist, and so you get a lot of people coming up to you like, hey man, you want this, you want that, and soliciting all sorts of different services. We turned them all down, of course.
So the game is accurate then?
It is fairly accurate. Now, I will say you don't get in quite as many fights in real life Kabukicho as you do in Kamurocho, but maybe it's just because we weren't Japanese, I don't know. That might have been it.
And were you dressed like that?
I dressed a little bit like that, yeah. I wasn't quite as fancy when we were over there.
You need the big hair.
I do. I need to just let it grow out a bit, I think.
Because that says fight me. But all right, so when you were in Japan, you were unfortunately there for the quake.
We were.
Yeah. And so Sega, and clearly that had an impact on you, because how long were you stuck there?
We were supposed to leave the next day, and our trip ended up getting extended about 3 days past that before we could get out. So.
All right, and so you guys, like everybody, are trying to help, which brings us to this awesome thing on my desk.
Yes.
Which is Yakuza related.
It is. It is.
So for folks at home that can't see, I'm going to hold this out. This is, tell us what the folks at home are seeing. It looks like a track jacket.
It is. This is an extremely rare Yakuza branded track jacket from Japan.
Which has, is this a cobra and a snake and a skull?
And yes, and a panther on the right there. I believe this is actually part of their promotional series for the Yakuza Black Panther or Kurohyo game, which is on PSP over in Japan.
Nice.
And so we got this jacket in. It's valued at about $200 just flat out. But because we'd like to do our part to kind of help out with relief efforts, not only is Sega Sammy over in Japan, our headquarters, donating millions and millions, Sega America is matching what we as employees make, and then we'd like to let our community not only get a chance to pick up some awesome stuff, but also help Japan and help all the relief efforts in the process.
All right, so if I'm at home and I've just seen this and I need a cream-colored track jacket with a tiger and a panther and snakes on it, how do I get this?
So the first thing you want to do is just head to eBay. We've set up an auction there, and our account name is just Sega America. And all of the auctions that you'll see under that account, we've got this one, we've got actually almost 19 other rare, unique pieces of Sega merchandise that we're auctioning off. You can just find it there and bid on it right on eBay. 100% of all of the proceeds from every one of the auctions we're doing goes straight to the Red Cross to help out with Japan relief efforts.
Well, that is great. We're also trying to do our part. We've been pushing people to Red Cross, and we've got some other stuff coming down the pipe. So thanks for stopping by, Aaron. Anybody that really needs this, you should go to eBay and you should pick this up because this is fun to wear, I would imagine. And I guess you seem to be in a Hostess club, so should we send it off in a classy way?
Yeah, we can do that.
All right. So what are you doing? Just chatting?
We're chatting with Rio here. Rio's based off of an actual real life woman over in Japan who tried out to be a hostess in their contest. Rio's actually an adult film star in Japan. We're going to see if we can give her a present here. So we've got a lot of different things we can choose from. Actually, I don't feel like giving her an energy drink. It's probably not a good idea, so we're not going to go with that. Women can be kind of picky sometimes, you know, so you gotta choose your gifts carefully.
So you're in a Hostess club now, and this is a whole thing, yeah?
This is just like real life Hostess club. Their goal is to get you to spend as much money as possible at the club. You get to enjoy the company of a beautiful woman and some nice conversation and all that, but at the same time you kind of have to pick, you know, what drink would Rio be happy if we selected here. So this varies from orange juice all the way up to $300 champagne. So we could go with
spectrum
with gold champagne. See if she likes that. Pretty expensive. Oh, great. See, she likes that. So there we go. And now she's going to ask us to pick something to eat. Now I know that Rio likes the fruit platter. It's the most expensive item on the list, so we'll pick that. You see the hearts. And the goal of this is sort of a mini game where you try to build up the hearts and the relationship meter with this girl. And as you do so, you can get side stories and sub-quests that sort of pop up relating to her. And every single girl that you meet in the game has a full side story that you can advance, in addition, of course, to all the mini games and all the content that's in there. So here we go. Cheers. And
this is now the full-on Hostess stuff that hasn't been edited as we've seen before, yeah?
That's correct. There are no cuts made to the Hostesses. So not only do you get the experience like this, but Akiyama actually owns a Hostess bar. And there's a part of the game where, as Akiyama, you find girls and you train them to become hostesses.
All right, Aaron, well, thanks for coming by.
Thank you.
Thanks for showing off the game one more time, and for letting everybody know they can get this on eBay. So obviously, if you're interested in this or the other Sega merchandise that's available, check eBay. The auction's going on for about how long? A week?
About a week.
About a week. All the proceeds go to benefit Japan, which is a very good thing, and we'd encourage everybody to get involved in some way. If you can't donate money, you can raise awareness and let people that have money know about this stuff so they can pick it up. And that's it for us now. Let's go back and check in with the rest of the show.